On this week's episode, we come to a remote island off the coast of Vietnam. Our plane crashes and we are now stranded on an exposed headland with only the clothes on our back. We need to get busy, immediately surviving on this wild coastline. Let's go! 30 to 45 seconds. It might seem like just enough time to panic, but there's a lot that we can do in that time to survive. First thing is to drop down onto our islet. We have an incoming tide and we need to get out of here fast. So I drop down onto the beach. This is an extremely rare black sand beach made of magnetite. It's extremely painful to walk on. The waves are starting to come up, and I'm going to leave my pack on the beach because I don't want to disturb any potential coconut falls while I'm trying to get myself upright and away from the shore. First things first. Let's take stock of the situation. We have 30 to 45 seconds here to assess the situation, get ourselves sorted. And so I'm going to do a quick 360. Okay. I've got a few key features. I've got some rocks over there where I could get up high. I've got a cliff face behind me here. And so I'm going to mark that as my high ground. I'm also going to look for my exit. I see a flat rock there, and that's going to be my exit if the tide does start to rise quickly. And I also see some potential trees where I can set up a rig for some shade. Okay, we've done a very rapid assessment. We've marked our high ground. We know how to escape if needed. And at this point, I'm actually going to turn around and grab that knife. I dropped it there earlier when I was filming. Now, we're down to about 20 seconds. Let's prioritize water. Okay. So we've got 2 minutes before the rain stops. Hopefully, I'll be able to catch a little bit of it in this poncho. If not, we're going to need to get moving and find some shelter. That was nothing! If we didn't have a clear out here, we'd be absolutely soaked. But thankfully, I've got that knife. And I can get underneath this poncho and try to collect a little bit of water here. Hopefully, it's going to help me drink water, and it's going to help me stay cool. Okay, we've prioritized water. Now we've got about 1 minute. Let's set up some shade. All right, we're down to 30 seconds now. We need to get that shelter going. We're going to make a lean-to against this cliff face. I've got a couple of sturdy sticks here, and we're going to use some of these palm fronds to help us out. So we've got some shelter. It's better than nothing, but it's not going to keep us dry. And that's the big problem. Okay, we're down to 15 seconds now. We need to get rescued. We need to get a fire started. We need to find food. This is absolute chaos. So let's find some bright material. We need something bright. We need something big. We need something high. So I'm going to arrange these rocks in an SOS. Hopefully it's going to catch somebody's attention. While I'm doing that, let's get the second part of our rescue signal set up. We've got this bright piece of cloth here. We're going to tie it to the top of a driftwood pole, and that's going to catch the attention of somebody passing by. Okay, we're down to 5 seconds. Let's grab some food. I've seen a couple of coconuts fall earlier. So let's grab one of those. I'm going to crack it open with the axe. All right, we've only got a few seconds left. Let's grab some more food. We've got some sea almond fruit here. These are going to be safe calories. I'm also going to forage for some shellfish. I can see some mussels, clams, and oysters here. I'm going to collect as many as I can. Throw them in the pot. I'm going to boil them. I'm going to eat them. That's going to be my meal. I'm going to cook it right here on this beach. And then I'm going to use the charcoal from this fire pit here to start my next fire. So we're alone on this remote island. We've got a pot full of shellfish cooking. We've got some ripe sea almond fruit. We've got a coconut. We've got shelter. We've got water. We've got everything we need to survive here. But we need to watch the tides. So I'm going to take these sticks. I'm going to stick them in the ground, and then I'm going to mark the water line on the rocks with the charcoal. And every hour, I'm going to compare the new water line to this one. And after 3 days, my sea almonds are going to be ripe and ready to eat. My coconuts are going to be ready to drink. My shellfish will be cleaned, cooked, and ready to eat. And I will be well hydrated, well nourished, have a good night's sleep. And I will be ready to take on whatever comes my way. So, the first 30 seconds are absolutely critical. They determine what happens for the rest of your survival scenario. Let's go through that again. First thing we did was hit the deck. We wanted to get away from the shoreline. because we were concerned about being smashed by waves. We wanted to move as far away as we could from the shoreline. Once we were safe from being smacked by waves, we did a quick 362 look for the best options around us. And we identified 4 key points. We looked for high ground. We located an area where we could climb up on rocks or go up on a hill and get away from the potential rising tide. We identified our escape route. If the tide starts to rise faster than expected, we need to know how to get out of there. And we also wanted to look for trees that we could use to rig up shade, and we also wanted to look for a potential water source. Once we had that done, we only had 15 seconds left. So now we needed to set up the big, bright, high signal to alert passing aircraft or ships that we were here. We also wanted to grab our knife. We wanted to collect some fresh water, and we wanted to find some food. So once you've got those 4 things sorted, you can survive on this island for as long as you need to. After that, it's just about maintaining your mindset and keeping yourself busy until you're eventually rescued. I scratched that list in the sand so I can remind myself of what I need to do every day. Prioritize water, then prioritize shade, then a rescue signal, then observe. That's the order that I need to do things in every single day to survive on this island. So hopefully this gives you some guidance on what to do in those first crucial moments when you're stranded on a remote island. Stay tuned for the next episode when I'm going to teach you how to start a fire on this island in a massive rain squall. If you like this video, please leave us a comment below, tell us what you thought, and tell us what you would have done differently. Please subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.